Hi, I'm Matthew Brookshire, and you're watching Joe's and Jams at Spacecraft Coffee at Lantern Hall. We're in Bushwick today, and we're talking to Elisa, who is a songwriter and producer and maker of music videos that involve dancing and other things. Welcome.
Thank you. Hi.
Elisa's going to play some songs for us, answer some questions. Are you a coffee drinker?
I am, yeah. I love coffee. Too much coffee.
Too much coffee. What are you drinking right now?
I'm just drinking half of a cup of coffee with not enough milk in it. Usually I do an Americano, but I kept it simple today.
That's very good.
You hate morning in America.
Elisa, you have some new music out.
I do.
Tell us about it.
It's called Morning Again. It's a 4-song EP. All of the songs are really kind of groovy and dancey, but they all kind of have a whimsical element to them.
Morning Again is one of the tracks from the EP and has the lyric, Morning Again in America. For a lot of people, when you hear that phrase, particularly this sort of iconic Ronald Reagan commercial from like 1984 comes to mind. There's this imagery of like people getting jobs and people buying homes, becoming homeowners and getting married and sort of achieving this kind of American dream.
Yeah.
And your take on kind of current America is very different. Was there something specific that inspired the lyrics of the song?
When I wrote the song, it was about a year ago, and every time I turned on the news, it was like another person was murdered by police or another woman was assaulted, and it felt so constant and so overwhelming. The lyric just kind of came to me in that moment, and that's usually how my songs start. It'll start with a phrase or a sentence, and I'll build it from there. It is sarcastic. It is poking fun at this idea of the American dream, which seems like for most of us no longer exists. It seems very mythical. And there is a lot of anger in the song. I was angry when I wrote it.
There's something about the contrast between the kind of bouncy, danceable track and this anger that then by the end of the song kind of erupts.
The siren screaming, can you feel the fire?
When you're writing, what's the process like?
It's kind of always different. I feel like most of the songs, like I said, they start with the phrase, and so it will be a phrase paired with a melody, and then I'll find the chords once I have that. I do write using a keyboard, so it'll usually start with that, and then I'll kind of build the rest of the track around it. I think for Morning Again, it was keyboard-based. Then I found that really cool drum machine loop, and I used that. And then I just sort of started adding more and more instruments on top of it. I really like to layer things. Sometimes I have to strip it down because I get like very impassioned when I'm first making a track.
And you're doing this sort of by yourself in your bedroom with your earphones?
Yeah, I don't have like a lot of fancy gear or anything. Hopefully one day I'll have some cooler stuff, some vintage instruments, but
your keyboardist was playing a vintage instrument, I have to say. In the 90s, I had a version of that.
Really?
I had the 460 instead of 470s.
Cool.
And what is the live experience like? You said you're going on tour. Are there other band members? Is it tracks? Is it like today with Cale Hawkins, who is your fantastic accompanist?
I always play with Cale if I can. He's super busy because he's amazing. And we do play to tracks just because, like I said, the songs are so layered. It's hard to kind of recreate all of it. You know, people only have so many hands. I don't personally like to play instruments on stage. I like to be free. I like to really dance and be spontaneous and move. And
you mentioned dance, so I have to ask about You Can Wear the Mink, which is another video.
Yeah.
There's a sort of reverent homage, I think, to the work of Kate Bush. I think anytime a person puts on a unitard, in a video, we have to
mention
pay,
it. Yeah.
pay respects to Kate Bush.
Yeah.
Tell me about the making of that video.
I was very heavy into Kate Bush last winter when I started thinking about the concept, and you know, it's the idea of performing an ode to another person, a love song, and doing a duet is so foreign to what I have done in the past. I'm not super comfortable being that sentimental, but I went through a breakup last winter. I felt like I really needed to explore that. Maybe a bit of a growing process for me as a writer. Just let loose and be like really romantic. We went full throttle with the running up that hill inspiration.
And are you a dancer? Did you train?
I'm not a dancer, no. My mom was an aspiring dancer, great dancer. Doesn't really have much training, but was always dancing around the house. And I think just watching her as a kid, I picked up a lot of like the form. And I love dance, but no, I have no training. I just I was winging it the whole time, so.
It was very convincing, winging, I have to say. So is that track on the new EP as well?
It is.
How many songs are going to be?
Just 4.
Just 4.
Or maybe just afraid. We all wanna feel safe, feel safe.
How long have you been in New York?
I've been here, this is my 4th year. September marked my 4th year.
Do you have like a secret New York spot if someone was visiting New York that you would make sure that you took them to or that they had experienced?
Yeah. One of my favorite restaurants is called Fiat Cafe off Broadway Lafayette. Really good, cheap Italian food, and the vibe is just super cool. They never try to like turn tables or rush you out. They really let you just take your time and eat, and it's super nice.
So what's next?
What's next? My God, too many things. For this project, I'm just trying to play as many shows as I can, and I'm doing a residency in August, and then I'm going on another short tour in September, and then probably after that I'll chill out for a while, write some new stuff.
Cool. Thanks for talking to us and
Thanks for having me.
playing some songs here at Lantern Hall.
Thanks for having me.